Hello again, Genghis here of course. If you hear the word brute and World of Tanks together, you're probably gonna be thinking about this tank. Or maybe the Jack Panzer U100. Massive armor, massive alpha, really nice guns, a lot of HP. Maybe you're also thinking about the famous I-7 with its really nice armor. Or you could also be thinking about the British, FE183. What do you do? I say American World of Tanks brute? Do you think about the E3 and the T95? I'm gonna tell you you're wrong. American style brutes in World of Tanks are this tank and the T57. You might be, wait, why brute? You know, why brutal? And it's pretty simple. It's because of the guns. Mainly, what makes out this tank? Its gun has 4 shells in its magazine, which it unloads once every 2.2 seconds. The entire reload time is of nearly 36 seconds. Penetration is rather low, with 210 with AP, 255 with APCR, but it's workable at 2.9 for sure. And the accuracy and aim time are rather long. But it just comes down that you have an alpha of 390 damage per shot, and you put out 4 of those shots in 6.66 seconds. Remember, the first shot is already loaded. So you basically do 1600 damage in 6.5 seconds. And that's what makes out the power of this tank. You can eat a shot from any tank in the game and put out your clip, and as long as you manage to penetrate 3 or 4 shots of that clip, which you should really be able to do because you can go forward and, you know, if like, I don't know, an IS-8 is hold down or a T54 is hold down, you eat a shot while you come to him, and then you just go out, shoot his hole, 1, 2, 3, 4, back. And yeah, you murdered him. If he was full life before, he's nearly dead. If he wasn't full life before, he's dead. What else does this tank have? It's got acceptable mobility. Why just acceptable? The horsepower to weight ratio is only of 14.8, so around 15 horsepower per ton, which is enough, but it's not great. The same goes for the speed limit. 43.5 is rather low for medium. However, it does really get you around the map, and that's all you really need. Turret traverse and traverse speed are all very satisfying. Again, it's not that you're gonna circle enemies all the time. Main issue with that actually being the size, because this tank is huge. It really is huge. But doesn't matter. You just eat a shot, clip, go back. View range is also really nice. 400 base view range, that's same as all the tier 10s, and is not common at tier 9. Kind of, some tanks have it, but not all at all. And it allows you to do your medium roll, even if the camo is complete garbage. Honestly is. Otherwise, what would I recommend as equipment? Vertical stabilizer, this one is for me a given. The other two you can discuss about. Basically there's 3 which make sense in my opinion. The gun laying drive, which I went for, the coated optics, which I went for, and the improved ventilation, which I was thinking about getting for. If you play random games mostly, which you're gonna do, because you're not gonna play Clan Wars or Strongholds with a tier 9 tank, I really think optics is a nice choice because it gives you that view range advantage, which is very nice if you're spotting or in end game situations, so I really recommend using optics. Gun laying drive helps with the shitty aim time. Ventilation gives you a bit better reload, bit better aim time again, but not as much as a gun laying drive. Bit better everything really. It's kind of your choice. Crew skill wise, I really think repair is really important, because once you get a nice repair crew, the track repair time gets around 4 seconds, which is very nice, because if you get tracked when you unload your first shot, your tracks have repaired once you finish clipping, and you can go back safely without having to waste a repair kit. The fire control skills, which are snapshot and smooth ride, are very useful too, because of that shitty fire control you have, the bad aim time, bad bloom, bad accuracy. Sixth sense is of course a given on any tank, at least in my opinion. Otherwise, Brother Arms, I would like to have it full. I can't, my crew is kind of weird as you can see. Safe stowage helps, because the armor likes to get damaged. And then it just comes down to, you know, all the useful skills. You want most of the driver skills. Off-road driving helps, clutch braking helps. Controlled impact is nice, because this tank is actually a decent rammer, weighing 55 tons. Camouflage would of course be very nice too, because the camouflage is bad for a medium, but it's still a medium camouflage. But I would not place it at a priority, because I really see this tank in its favorite role in a brawl where it's got some support, so it can reload safely. But there are enemies close up where the gun accuracy doesn't really matter, and you just go out, clip, go back. Let's have a look at some awesome replays maybe. But before we do that, I'm going to show you my stats real quick. This is my latest tier 9 tank, and it's also one of the reasons I've been not doing that many videos. Is because, wow, this tank was so much fun and is so much fun to play. I got it like 5 days ago and I've nearly finished the grind. I've got an average XP of 1243, which in my opinion is just massive. An average win rate of nearly 77%, which is also due to platooning, but is also due to an average damage of over 3200, which just shows you the power of this tank. As long as you manage to conserve some HP and do your damage, you're going to be really well off. And it should be possible to conserve your HP because you only have to expose yourself for 7 seconds once every 35 seconds and you get your damage done. I've also got over 2 average kills, 1.18 average enemies spotted, and my maximal damage game was nearly 8000. I got 2 marks of excellence, which I'm honestly rather proud of, and just a lot of medals. So let's have a look at some awesome replays. Be right back. So here we are with the first replay. I am on Karelia Assault. In the platoon with me is Dutchman from Omni2. This was actually streamed if I'm not wrong. Matchmaking is rather good. There are only 4 tier 9s in every team, and a couple tier 8s, a couple tier 7s. And let me just tell you that this tank simply eats up tier 7 tanks. I'm actually going to go into ×1 speed because we decided to relocate to the other flank. I just prefer that other flank for some reason, even if my opinion changed since I made this, well, since I played this battle. To be honest, both flanks are just as viable in my opinion at the moment. Anyway, I'm showing it to you in ×1 speed just to show you how the mobility is really, like, you see I'm getting along. It's not like I'm trundling along like a heavy tank or something. You don't feel slow, but you're not racing across either. You can see Dutchman, who's taking kind of a detour for some reason, is really putting ahead of me while we had the exactly same spawns. So mobility is for sure, as I said, it's not an advantage of this tank, but it's not a disadvantage either. Same can actually be said about the gun depression. Gun depression is rather good, but it's not epic. It's not like you're gonna, be able to shoot from every position there is. But you're not going to be searching for positions you can shoot from gun depression wise, like in some Chinese tanks or Russian tanks. Gun depression is very workable, but don't expect to be able to shoot 10 degrees down in front of you. Anyway, we are going on this flank. In this matchmaking, it's kind of meh for us because they've got a very good player. Teams are rather even, by the way. They've got a very good player in a Waffle, which is a very strong tank on this map because with its camo it can be hammering out shots from everywhere. Without getting spotted, it can also outspot a lot of tanks. So that is kind of a disadvantage for us. And they also have a lot of heavies, 2 E75s in a platoon, as well as an M103, even if he's not the best player. And we only have mediums and 1 E75. And we have no TD in the entire team, not even like a tier 8 Baltic or any tier 8 TD really, or tier 7 either. So our firepower is rather limited, especially against the E75s, because there's not a lot of tanks which are going to be able to penetrate him. We have no tier 8 heavies with a lot of penetration, like an i3 for example, or a 5100. So it's really going to be up to the tier 9 tanks to fight their tier 9 heavies however they can. Now I loaded a PCR first clip, and if you want to know why, it's like, with AP I would have to aim my shots fully at this KV3. The thing is that at this kind of a distance I'm going to get spotted when I shoot. The gamma, as I said, is really rather mediocre. And if I take my time to fully aim the first shot and aim every shot in between, because I have to aim first side or as a lower plate, I'm going to expose myself for more like 10 seconds instead of the 6.6 I want to expose myself. Which means I'm going to take probably a lot more damage. Especially if you consider that it normally takes around 3 seconds for the enemies to notice you and start aiming in you and stuff. So yeah, I reload and I decide I want to take out this IS from behind. He is rather lonely, and yeah, put in a snapshot. It misses gloriously. As I said, snapshotting is not the strength of the tank. And after that I stopped snapshotting because I might need my last 3 shots to kill him, which is actually the case. The only problem is that he gets into cover just before I get my third shot loaded, which I do then put into E75, but he also puts one into me. And right now it's looking rather bad for our platoon. We've got enemy on 3 sides, even if we've got some decent amount of cover in the form of these rocks around us. And that IS is really, I mean, he's not going to hurt us a lot. He can't peek out without us shooting him, but he's stopping us from doing what we want to do, which is, you know, peek out everywhere. Because as soon as we kind of turn around, he's going to shoot us on the side, which, well, is not very optimal. I move forward. I really want to take him out, and this time the snapshot hits. However, I get hit for 804 in the back by the SU-152 with the derp gun shooting high explosive. And ow! You know, only 4 minutes into the game really, and I'm already down to 6 HP. Not what you would consider the best start. See the M103 shoot? I put one more into him. I already put one into him before. Last one slightly bounces. And I go down here. Why? I have a feeling that the E75 might want to kill me. I'm a very dangerous autoloader, but I'm reloading and I'm a one-shot. And here I'm a bit more safe from him. The T54 could be a problem if he really wants to go for me, but I feel like I have enough cover around me. Or, you know, tanks covering me, is what I mean with that. He moves forward, so I move forward too, behind the rock again. And he doesn't pursue me. Now right now, me and Dutchman, as you can see, the battle is going okay score-wise, but HP-wise we're really down by a lot. The E75 just shot, and we decide we have to do something, even if we are very low life. So I want to take out the T34 first, but somehow bounce on his side. And then I go for the E75, putting 1, 2, 3 shots into his side, doing around 1,200 damage to him in 4.something seconds, 4.4 seconds. And that's the power of this tank. E75 was reloading, he couldn't do anything. He's got a reload of around 13 seconds. And in that time I can safely clip him and be reloading already, before he reloads. So yeah, I decide to move forwards even if I'm low life and reloading, because my team is doing the same and I don't want to be left behind. I want to keep up with the battle. And cross the open ground while the enemies are distracted and not waiting for me. The KV-5 is spotted over there. I decide I want to take him out, because if he gets unspotted over there behind a couple bushes, he can keep putting shots into our sides without getting spotted, without getting shot back. And even though he's got rather low accuracy and penetration, the KV-5 DPM is actually very good, because it has a reload of around 7 seconds for a 300 alpha. So yeah, I decided I don't want to reload. I want to keep my last 3 shots in case I meet an enemy. I'm staying very far back here because I'm scared of the Baltic going for me. But he doesn't appear to be doing so, so I move forward in the hope of spotting the KV-5 from these bushes. While Dutchman and Super Pushing are brawling it out over there, and our KV-3 is sniping. Yeah. And KV-5 really doesn't want to get spotted. I have rather high view range, but view range only does so much against tanks standing behind 5 bushes, if you know what I mean. He gets spotted finally over there. He moved a lot, and I managed to take him out rather fast. I've got 2 shots left. I'm deciding, no, not deciding. I was thinking about pushing or not pushing, but I decided to reload because, as I said, I'm a one-shot. Just after I press the reload button, the Baltic gets spotted, and I really regret reloading, because I could have gone to this corner here and maybe helped out Dutchman just before he died. But yeah. So right now it's me on 6 HP against 2 very dangerous high camo, high alpha, high penetration German turret tank destroyers. Well, 1 turret, 129. And wow, what to do? I can't outspot them. It's not like I'm in a high camo medium like a Batchat or a Leopard, or even a Russian medium fighting heavies. They will outspot me every time. So I decide I have to go forward. My only chance of beating them is to outplay them, like outsync them. The Baltic was going to come down this area. I was spotted when shooting the KV-5, if I'm not mistaken. And I expect them to be coming for me. So I'm moving forwards to escape their line of fire. So yeah, I'm trying to ambush someone here. And wow, there's a waffle. He's not looking at me. Sadly, that snapshot misses. If that one would have hit, it would have been so much better, because he would have been dead now. And right now I've kind of got a problem. I've got 1 shot left. If the Baltic comes through me next, and the Waffle just hides, I'm in a really bad position. Because I've only got one shot and I can't kill the Baltic. On the other hand, if I reload and the Waffle comes for me, I'm in a really bad position because, well, I'm going to be reloading. So I decide I'm going to take a risk here, try and take out the Waffle off Panther 4, and okay, chill, I did that. I was thinking he might stay over here and camp a bit, so I was going to go around him, and the other option I saw him maybe do is come this way, if he thought I was reloading down there, so I would have a flank from him from this position. He seems to not enjoy autoloaders too much, apparently, according to chat. And, oh, the F word, Baltic is coming, I'm still reloading for around 10 seconds, so back. And right now, the Waffle wreck actually saves me, because it forces the Baltic to take a longer route, allowing me to come back. Right now, and I'm going to pause it right here. Dutchman pointed out to me in TeamSpeak that there's a slight rise in the ground. I hope you guys can see it too. It's like a kind of a mini, not hill, but you know, like a ridgeline over here. And the Baltic has very bad gun depression. It's like one of the single weaknesses of the tank, along with armor. So when he says that, I know I can kill him in 2 seconds. So I hope I can kill him while he has not got the gun depression to shoot me. And that's basically what happened. I mean, he did try shooting me, but he shot over me, a bit by the side of me too. But yeah, I managed to come out. Let's have a look at the sorry for that, post-game stats real quick. So, as you can see, I got an ace tanker Marado, not too surprising. I got a high caliber, I also got a top gun for my 6 kills. I ended up doing 6,500 damage, 6 kills of course. And I got 1,460, so nearly 1,500 raw XP without any bonus, any premium count. I only spotted a little bit, but from my 24 shots, I hit 22 and 20 of those penetrated. That was due to the fact that most of the engagement I did, mainly everything except when I shot the KV3 at the beginning, were close range, and even shooting the KV3 and the KV5 too, I guess, was medium range engagements, which is where the accuracy is still good enough to hit your enemies. As the penetration comes, in all honesty, from me firing quite a high amount of APCR ammunition, but I really feel like sometimes it's just required in this tank if you want it to shine, because if you're going to, you know, shoot 4 shots, hit 4 shots, but only penetrate 2 of them, you're really not using your damage. So if you're shooting at the longer distances, or you're not sure what you're going to face, or for example in E75, I cannot penetrate the lower plate frontally without APCR, and that's why I end up shooting at average amount of APCR on this tank, which also led me to losing 3,000 credits, or 3,643 credits to be exact. I don't feel like that's a big issue. I really feel like I love this tank a lot. I'm ready to spend a couple credits here and there to have some better results and maybe carry some more games like this one. And it's not like I'm draining credits. In this tank, if you shoot full gold but you penetrate all of your shots, you're actually going to stay positive. I found that out rather quickly. It's not like the T69 or T71, which are before it in this line, which when they fire heat, you're just going to ruin your credits, and even then not going to penetrate all the time because heat bounces on sides and spaced armor and stuff. Hope you enjoyed this replay, and stay tuned for the next one coming up in a couple seconds. If I'm not completely mistaken, this was actually my 8th game in the tank ever, and it was kind of the battle which made me understand how this tank is meant to be played, mainly as a pure damage dealer at the medium to very close range, and just to abuse the opportunities, abuse reloading enemies, and abuse enemies which have lower alpha or enough health so you can eat a shot and clip them. Matchmaking, we are on Sacred Valley, it's an encounter battle, and yeah, matchmaking is very tier 9 with 1 tier 8 TD on both sides. Another fun fact about this matchmaking is that the medium mission, which is currently running on the EU server, seems to have attracted around 9 mediums per team, with the rest being TDs. Only we have 1 heavy tank, the M103, they have 0 heavy tanks, and there are also no scouts nor artillery in this matchmaking. I decided to go up into this area at the beginning, because I can flex both down that side and back down this side, see wherever the engagement is going, and see what I can do out of it. So yeah, A bit of shitty driving by me there, but if you watch my streams, you know I'm really good at bad driving. As in, I'm bad at driving. It's kind of one of my specialities. Right now, I'm gonna pause it real quick just to show you something about this tank. I'm aiming my gun upwards, and you can see there's like this kind of part here which arises because the top part of your turret, this tank, actually angles upwards when you're aiming upwards, and I was trying that out right now. Because, well, not because it's an oscillating turret, which means that the turret is actually the gun is actually fixed in the turret. Don't ask me what it means exactly. I'm not an engineer. I haven't created this tank or anything, but I just know it's a fact. And why was I trying that out? Because if you are reloading and you angle your turret upwards, or the top part of your turret upwards by aiming upwards, you improve the angle, which leads to a couple of odd bounces here and there. You shouldn't rely on it. The turret armor just remains troll. It's not going to become impenetrable all of a sudden. But well, it becomes a bit more troll if you want to know what I mean. Now I'm fighting two very armored, high penetration, high DPM, decent alpha tier 9 tank destroyers frontally here, and that's really not what I do, especially with AP loaded. I have to really hit their weak spots. It's medium range, and yeah, I have to fully aim to kind of reliably hit my shots, which means a lot of exposure time, and I'm going to eat a lot of damage for fighting them. So I decide, nah, I'm not going to do that. Let's flex around and maybe help out our tank destroyers over here against the T54E1 and the Yak Tiger just behind him who are pushing here. Sadly, our tortoise more or less gets destroyed just when I come here. And he also dies in a really annoying position because it makes me hard to maneuver on this corner as freely as I would have liked. Our Borzik also seems a bit overkeen, which ends in him, let's say, paying for it. And right now I don't want to eat a shot from the Jack Tiger. He's going to take away nearly half of my remaining HP, or maybe 2/5 of my remaining HP, and I don't want to lose it. He's not going to bounce me, at least normally he won't. I would have to get really lucky, and I'm not convinced. Oh, I cannot take him out with one clip, and I'm not even convinced I'm going to penetrate all my shots because, yeah, he's standing to me frontally. My aim time more or less sucks, and yeah. So I go for the T54E1. I consider him more dangerous of the two. Sadly, the Jack Tiger reloads just in time to shoot me before I empty my clip, but I put in one into him. Not the best clip ever, but I did manage to penetrate 3 out of my 4 shots, doing rather low damage because most of my shots got not the best RNG ever. But I still did nearly 1100 damage in a couple seconds, and that's what this tank is all about. As I probably already said 10 times in this tank review. And it's just because, yeah, that's it. That's what this tank is about. Right now, I'm reloading, but I'm actually going back here not because I want to run or anything, but because I want to get closer to this wall and to proxy spot the Jack Tiger if he's still around, which I think I managed to do. And yeah, so that worked out fine. Yeah, my teammates decide that they want to block me, and both me and the 50 penetrate the Jack Tiger, and I finish him off just afterwards. I get a very weird bounce there, or critical hit on the T54E1's turret, but I managed to penetrate my last shot. And right now, wow, it's not looking good. I'm getting flanked by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tanks, and there's still the T54E1 in front of me. And with me, there are only a one-shot waffle and an E50 who's not the best player ever. So I decide, okay, it's time to run. Let's get out of here. Now, of course, as I'm famous for it, I drive into that rock. But yeah, I'm still on reload. I really want to get out of here. I'm scared the T54 might appear on my right now. But luckily he doesn't. He is in the middle and takes out the waffle in just a second. Actually, no, the Yak Tiger does that. I spot the pattern. I'm thinking about going back and being cheeky and taking him out with a snapshot, but I decided against it because I'm too low life to really take that kind of a risk right now. So now I just decide I have to defend this area. It's not like I'm defending our base, but if I let all these tanks push through over here, they're going to get into the back of all of my teammates and get flanking shots, get back shots, make them turn around so that the guys on There's a small village area up here are going to have flank shots then. So I really want to deny them that opportunity, and it keeps the enemies basically behind this corner here. So T54 gets spotted, and 1, 2, 3, dead. That's what this tank is all about. It really is, yeah. It's taking out enemies which you can clip, or just dealing massive amounts of damage while enemies are reloading, or maybe while you take one shot in return. And it's very powerful if you manage to get it into that role. As you can see, the reload is kind of long enough to be annoying, because, you know, this turtle's in front of me, and there are moments where I would rather be loaded than reloading, of course. But overall, I don't really feel like it's an issue with this tank, the reload. It's not a downside. If this tank would have a better reload, it would just be completely overpowered. Get a very weird bounce there on the tortoise. Thinking about reloading. The tortoise forgot I was here, which is also why I stayed behind the corner to not get spotted. And it worked out really well with me being able to flank him while the Fogger was standing in front of him with his higher armor and non-autoloading gun. Because only the tier 10 Fogger actually has an autoloader. So yeah, I'm on reload now. And I'm moving forward. There might be enemies coming from behind me. And I've got no one covering my new back, if you know what I mean. Because 2 minutes ago, this was my back. Now, this is my back. Just in the sense of me having no teammates there. The Jack Tiger is very caught out of position. He can't really maneuver because if he gets spotted, he's going to get destroyed from all the tanks standing over there. I'm trying to get through here. And through here. And pushing and turning and wiggling. And pushing and turning and wiggling. But yeah. It's not going to work, so after 30 seconds I tried again, because that's me. I have a very sick head, and if something doesn't work, I want it to work even more. However, suddenly that rain appears behind me, and oh shit. Now, I've got 1560 average damage in my clip. He's got 1600 HP, so I have to high roll a bit. Otherwise, I would have to ram him, for example, if he has like 50 HP left. However, I'm lucky, and I high roll a bit out of the average of my clip, which allows me to take him out really fast. The Lorraine is another tier 9 autoloader, or the only other tier 9 autoloading medium. And it's quite a different tank actually, because the T54E1 just puts out its clip so much faster. It has less shots in the clip with a higher alpha, and it also has less time between the shots inside the clip. So that's really an advantage in one-on-ones. The Lorraine plays more like a sniper, having higher accuracy and higher penetration, with insane mobility, while the T54 really plays like a close-range bowler. Now, I don't know how this one bounced, but I managed to take him out really fast. He has no chance in that kind of situation. He doesn't even reload before I fire my fourth shot, and I only need 2 to kill him, and that's, yeah. It really is the power of this tank, having enough HP to eat a shot if you have to and take an enemy out. Or, as I said already, like 15 times by now. Take them out. The battle was looking really bad. We were down a lot of tanks and even more HP. However, we've kind of managed to caught up. We're still down in HP, but we actually have an advantage of 1 tank right now. However, all of us are very low life, except for the Jack Tiger. The 704 and the Waffle are doing a decent job in the sense that they are staying together, which is really what they have to do because they don't want to get outflanked constantly. However, I'm still going to flank them, of course. A bit of bad situation awareness there. I don't notice the Waffle right away. I put 1 shot into him. I tried to go for the Waffle there, but hit the object at a weird angle and don't manage to penetrate. I'm thinking about picking out again, but I have a bad feeling the 704 is going to be aiming at me. So I decide against it. Then I see the Waffle is pushing the Jack Tiger, so I want to go help him out with my last 2 shots. I snapshot the first one, was probably a mistake, and this shot is very tricky. He's hiding behind the 50 wreck, and I miss again. However, the Jack Tiger managed to take him out just in time. I'm now on reload again. I'm actually getting close to running out of ammunition. It's going to be just enough in this game, but well, it's not like this tank has any ammunition problems. It's just that it has such a capability of dealing so much damage, of shooting so often, of shooting so fast, that well, yeah, you know, you can actually get into shooting all of your shots in the end. Now I want to flank around the 704, get him from triangles. In case he turns towards me, I hope my TDs are going to push him. So yeah, first shot misses because of server lag. But the next 1, 2, and 3 hit and penetrate. Sadly I don't get a top gun, missing the first shot and not getting a fire or a high roll in the end. But let's have a look at the post-game stats anyway, because even without a top gun I think this game was rather epic too. And as I said, it was a game which really showed me how to play this tank. I got another ace tanker, not surprising again, and a high caliber, which in all honesty, if you do 7,980 damage, so nearly 8,000 damage in a turn 9 game, and you don't get a high caliber, that's a very weird battle. I get 5 kills and 1,632 experience without any bonus or modifier, which is just like, even I'm not trying to boost myself or compliment myself by saying this is insane. It's just as a kind of result I get maybe once a month, and with this tank I'm getting them much more regularly. It's just such a beast. I really enjoy playing it. This time I got much less lucky with my penetrations and hits. Out of my 31 shots, only 27 hit. Well, only. But if you consider what close range I was at all of the time, there was never really a situation where I was shooting enemies more than 100 or 200 meters away. Every engagement was a close range, or maybe a bit of mid-range in between. And still the accuracy and aim time really make it complicated sometimes. And 24 out of those 27 hits also penetrated. I got a sneaky 400 spotting or assisted damage somewhere. And just like last game, even though I forgot to mention it, I traveled nearly 3 kilometers. In the Karita game it was actually over 3 kilometers. If the game takes time, and especially as you're an autoloader, so you have time to relocate when you're reloading, the mobility is more than enough to get you around the battlefield. You're just not going to relocate as fast as a battleship does. I earned 95,000 credits brutto, out of which 26,000 actually entered my, what do you say, bank depot? Whatever you want to call it. And I earned a total of 2,448 experience, without a ×2, but with a premium account, which I luckily have. I hope you guys also enjoyed this video. Tell me what you guys think about me doing a full tank review, please. Tell me that in the comments. If you do enjoy it, tell me what other tanks you might want me to review. Of course, I'm mainly going to review tanks I have in my garage. Also, leave me a like, share me, yeah? I want this channel to grow, and for that I need your support. I need to share this video, or my channel in general, with your friends. Leave me likes, so yeah, you know, I become higher on the proposed videos, for example. Subscribe to me, of course, if you enjoyed this video. And also, last but not least, check out the channel description for my Twitch channel to see me play live when I have this kind of game, but also less good games, in all honesty. Also, stay tuned on this channel and the other Mortis, both YouTube and Twitch channels, because there is a rather high probability that in the next couple weeks there are going to be some very interesting replays and analysis of battles from the Tier 8 Clan Wars campaign, which just finished now 8 days ago, or 6 days ago? 6 days ago. Hope you enjoyed it again, and see you next time. Bye.